Well, good morning, everybody. How are you today?
Great.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, welcome to our TNT Zoom on how to start a conversation. So one of our friends, Jackie, came to us and said, I need help starting a conversation. And we said, no problem. Let's just do this as a Zoom chat and let's record it. That way we can share ideas and share energy. And then this will be available to our team now and even a year from now, right? To look at. So then what came across my path this week, which I had forgotten about. Do you ever buy a book and you read part of it and you forget?
Uh-huh.
Get over your damn self. We all know we need to do that from time to time, don't we?
Yes.
And oh my gosh, this book is so good. So what was pointed out to me by my mentor was chapter 5 in here, How I Talked My Way to 7 Figures and How You Can Too. And she told me to read this. She goes, do you remember that chapter? And I said, oh gosh, I haven't looked at that book for a while. Let me dig it out. I start looking at it and thinking, oh my gosh, this is the answer to that question, how to start a conversation. So there are 14 reach out rules. We're going to zip through some or all of them, and everybody can know, if you're live, if you're watching the recording. This book is by Romi Neustadt. I'm going to get up close here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get over your damn self. I highly recommend this book because this woman did work her way to a 7-figure income. And I know one of our coaches has taught us to always look at track record. Why would you read a book if that person doesn't have an amazing life around what they're talking about? This woman does. So we can listen to her and feel good about what she's saying because she got to 7 figures. So do we want to listen to what she has to say? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to share screen because the amazing Megster, raise your hand. That's the one. Help me out today with, okay. Here are our reach out rules. Can you see the reach out rules? Yes, I see at least one head nodding. That's a good sign. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you can talk. It's all right.
Right.
Mindy, oh good. Somebody with the mouth rush.
All right. All right.
And I wish I could see her. Like, stand up. Like, she is, like, getting so skinny. I don't even know. Like, it's all in black. There's, like, nothing left of her, you guys. It's amazing. She lost all of her baby weight and then is thinking she should keep going. So,
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I'm going.
All right, here we go. Reach out rules. Number 1. Oh, I need glasses.
Number 1, get glasses.
Number 1. They're in the glasses pocket of my backpack. She's my personal assistant. Isn't that fantastic? Number 1.
Totally.
Don't be attached to the outcome of any one conversation. Right? Don't we all know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you allow the no's to disappoint you, it's going to slow you down. And one thing that we've learned is if a no disappoints you, you're not talking to enough people. Because if you're talking to enough people, you're not going to have time to think about the ones that didn't respond or the ones that said no. Because in the meantime, 3 more texts arrived. I hope everyone's enjoying my whiny granddaughter in the background because she's really cute. So this one is just really basic. There's not a lot of conversation needed about that. Just don't be attached to the outcome. That's how you get successful, is don't be attached to the outcome. Your job is to plant seeds. It's not to make the seed grow up. That's God's job, right?
Right.
Okay. Is that clear?
Yes.
Very clear.
Isn't it? It's just clear and simple. I love that.
Right.
Rule number 2, don't be on the hunt. Oh, this one is just a temptation. Because, yeah, if your intention is who am I going to get today, then what's going to happen is you're going to be focused on your agenda and you're going to forget to listen to the people in front of you. And when we listen to the people in front of them, we're going to hear what they really need. And then we're going to know if we have something to offer them based on what they're really looking for right now. What if they're looking for a chiropractor and our chiropractor's awesome? Then really fast connect them and feel good about that. You know, it's about the other person, and they might end up coming back to you someday. So I'm just going to read some of these portions from here, and hopefully everybody be inspired to get this for your own self so you have it in front of you. She said, adopt an intention of, I have something special to share, and I'm looking for people who want what I have to offer. So it's okay if they don't. So instead of hunting for people, we're going out there with a gift, and we're just going to see who wants to open it, right? And some people aren't going to do that. And in the process, what we want to do is be curious about other people's lives and genuinely interested in giving information, giving solutions. Like I said, if the solution is, oh, here's the number of my chiropractor, or, oh my gosh, this really amazing gluten-free snack I tried yesterday, I think it'd be good for you, whatever. So I know last night I went to a new Bible study and friended the teacher, and she's already on my Facebook page today, and she saw my salad and started asking me questions about it, and we got into a conversation about salad in a jar. So I'm just, offering her a solution to her meal prep because she works full time, and she got excited about that. So that's what I have to offer her right now. And, those are going to lead to something else when we're really interested in the other person and helping them get what they want. And if what they want is a way to do meal prep, then it's just win-win. Because, maybe I'm surprised you didn't say it by now, but you're distracted.
I put the baby in bed.
Know, like, and trust.
Oh, yeah. All about it. They have to know, like, and trust you before they're ever going to buy anything from you or join your team.
So if you're curious about them and giving them information instead of being on the hunt, they're going to trust you more because, oh, she helped me.
Yeah.
Remember that time she helped me?
It's all about filling a need.
Mm-hmm.
Do they need a babysitter, an eye doctor, whatever? I do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing is I'm starting to have people reach out to me. Hey, do you have a babysitter that you like? Hey, do you have a gym you like?
Oh, that's really cool. You're being perceived as somebody who helps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm just going to start flying. If you guys have any comments, questions, whatever, feel free to jump in. Less is more. Rule number 3. No verbal vomit. Repeat after me. No verbal vomit. We've all done it. Yes?
Yes.
Don't do it anymore.
Ever.
Less is more.
Also known as don't be a slut.
Yes.
Oh my God, I died when I saw that little picture.
Yeah.
I love it.
On here, you don't want to be a prospecting slut. Isn't that hilarious? I do think that's really funny. So when you're having conversations, ask yourself, am I talking too much? Am I being a prospecting slut right now?
Mm-hmm.
Because, and they're saying that because it's like when you're dating, when you go on the first date with somebody, do you right away take off your clothes? No, but don't we act like that sometimes when we're talking to someone about Juice Plus? Like, I just met you and I'm going to take off all my Juice Plus clothes and tell you everything I know about Juice Plus and reveal it all right now. No.
Here, let me hand you everything I know for the last 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That makes us a prospecting slut. So if you think about that word picture, I mean, it sounds kind of crass on the surface, but it's true. It's really true. You wouldn't take off all your clothes on the first date. So why would you tell somebody everything you know about Juice Plus the first time you meet them? No, no, no.
Be classy and coy and
all of the C's: classy, coy, cultivate curiosity,
contagious.
Contagious.
It's all about the C's. Who knew?
Oh, I like that.
You too.
We totally just made that up.
We did. We made that better.
Really? Do you like my glasses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a story about that, but we don't have time. Rule number 4, be authentic. Oh, Mindy and I are really good at that. I really think I've decided that being authentic is my superpower.
It really is yours.
It's just
Isn't it so much easier to be just yourself?
it's just my superpower. I'm so good at it. I mean, there's other things I'm not as good at, but I'm owning my superpower. It's really easy for me just to be just right out there, and people really love it.
They do. Because it makes them feel like they don't have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm. So be real. You guys, don't be like, think that you always have to have it together, and be that person who's always got the right answer, even if you're not living it out in your life. You know what? If you're not living it out in your life right now, be real about that. Like exercise, or whatever. Say the topic's exercise, and somebody asks about it. Like, I'm not even sure I'm the person you should be asking about, because I'm not nailing that right now. But would you let me know what you find out? And when you do, can we do it together? Because I need help.
Because I could really use a buddy.
Instead of saying and being all like lofty and arrogant. And
we both like,
don't we know people like that they've always got to add their 2 cents no matter what the topic is, but darn well they're not living it out in their life?
My favorite, which is a slightly different variation, is when non-medical people try to explain medical things to me. It's like that. And you look stupid.
Every now and then I do that with her, and then I look at her and go, did I really just tell the ER nurse? I'm like, that was, okay, no, that's not it. And she'll just grin and laugh.
But other people do it seriously. Like, maybe you don't know, but, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
And that's another way I'm authentic, actually.
Yes.
I'll catch myself telling an expert something about their field, and I'll go, I did not just tell you what to do. Like, just, whoop.
I'll be like, I'm just going to stop talking now.
Yeah, I do that. So be you. Be a prepared, confident you. That's where your power lies. But it's in being you. Mm-hmm. Be good at what you're good at. And don't think you need to be good at the other stuff. Own what you're good at. That's your superpower.
I'd be a terrible Meg.
Well, yeah. What's Meg's superpower?
I know at least one of them.
I know her superpower because...
Focus.
Mm-hmm.
Focus.
Yeah, there it
That's
is.
The one.
Focus.
You are just like the most focused person, and I love that about you.
Mm-hmm.
So, own that. You're going to bless a lot of people with your superpower. Okay, rule number 5. We've heard this a million times.
Turns out it's true.
You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right? Unbridled enthusiasm can go a long way, which is one of the reasons why you want to talk live to people instead of hiding behind emails, texts, or direct messages. I keep seeing this everywhere, you guys. In the olden days, we didn't have text. Okay, I'm old. And, but I don't look it. Bye. And when I finally discovered that I could text a customer and it could take 30 seconds to say, oh, your trio is shipping
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. You good with that? Yep.
Great, bye.
But I'm not developing a relationship with them, and I don't know that their grandma's best friend's cousin's dog had surgery, whatever. But people, want to know that we care about that. So
because they need to know, like, and trust us.
They do.
And that's where referrals come in.
That's where what?
Referrals come in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
When your customers and you've developed that relationship with them, they're more apt to go, hey, wait a minute, I trust this person. You should too.
That was good.
What she said, that was it.
Write that down.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, rule number 6. If you find yourself convincing, stop. Oh, I just heard this conversation this morning. Yes. On a Zoom with some gals, and somebody said, okay, there's somebody who she talked to about the business, And they said, I don't want to do that right now. I just want to take the product and see what happens to me. And she went into convincing mode, trying to convince that person that they do want to do the business right now.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, go back to rule number 2. Don't be on the hunt, right? So in that situation, what I say is, that's awesome. That's what I did too. And in my second box of B+, I had to become a distributor. I can see that's going to happen to you too. So plant that positive thought there and move on, because there are other people out there that you're not even going to see. They're not even going to come across your awareness when you're over here wasting your time trying to convince her to do something she doesn't want to do anyway.
How many years would you have wasted trying to convince me to join your team?
A lot. But what did I do? Once or twice a year at conference time, I would invite her to go with me. And every time she would say, that doesn't sound like fun. And then you know what happened? Her boyfriend went to conference with me.
Without me.
Ha!
Around then, it started to look more fun suddenly.
Right? Because a cute boy was
the day before I met Mindy.
Isn't that crazy? So
but you wouldn't have added any other team members if you had spent all day long going, oh, I wish Mindy would join my team. She'd be so good at it.
Yep.
Which wasn't wrong.
It wasn't wrong. I knew you would. And I had somebody in my life who kept saying in my ear, she's going to be awesome. It's just not time yet. And I go, okay. But it was true.
But you would have scared me away for longer if you had pressured and convinced and begged and
yeah.
And another scenario is if you do convince them to come on, then you're pulling them by the hair of the head to even build the business, much less take their stuff.
Yep.
That's what I was just going to say.
I was thinking the same.
You took the words out of my mouth. And why do we know that? Because we've done it.
You've done that.
And then you're dragging along dead weight. And they're a bad example to everybody around us. Like, it slows everyone down. Don't do that. We've already made that mistake for you. Don't do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rule number 7, I think, is maybe the most important one of all. Listen. Really, 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 really listen. They should have more really.
I was going to say, Megan forgot the other 8 reallys.
I only had one, guys.
They were in the fine print if you read it.
They're on sale today.
They're on sale. Okay.
Uh-huh. So how can you learn who they really are, what their superpower is, what they really want and what they really need, if you don't ask lots of questions and really listen? I was with my coach recently, and he said, you girls interrupt each other all the time, and I don't understand it. And it was funny because I had been watching him, and what I noticed about him before he said that was he listens all the way to the end. That's why he's so good at what he does. That's how he knows what we need, because he listens all the way to the end. Women don't tend to be good at that. We jump in. First thing they say that kind of sparks us, we want to jump in and tell what we know instead of listening. Oh my gosh, you guys, like it would be cool for us all to pick a conversation and just challenge ourselves. Can I and listen all the way to the end and see what I hear that I wouldn't have heard if I didn't listen all the way to the end? And the more we know about them, the better job we can do on knowing how to fill a need, right? Okay.
Yeah, we don't know how the business or product can help them if we don't know what they need.
No. Rule number 8, work from appointment to appointment. This one isn't as obvious, but this is really good. When you're working with a prospect, when you're with them or when you're currently texting them or however it's happening, before the conversation ends, you want to set the next appointment. So let's say I invited them to a Zoom chat. Okay, great. Because that's the next appointment then.
So you bring them to a 3-way call with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of that Zoom chat,
we have said, oh, oh, Mindy said there's this great video. And so then you say, here, then they've said that they'll watch the video. And then you say, great, could we talk? And you don't want to leave more than 24 to 48 hours. You want to keep striking when the iron's hot. People are excited at the moment, and if you let that flame go out, you kind of got to start all over, which is why you want to work from appointment to appointment. This is kind of a new one for me and a good reminder.
I like this.
And so you want to say, great. Today is Monday. So how is Wednesday evening at 7? Can I check back then and find out, what you liked about it?
Mm-hmm.
So like that, you want to, and I think a lot of times we send something and we're like, oh, thank God I did that. Now I can run away. And we live in fear, which is so not of God, right?
And so not going to get us a 7-figure income.
Well, that's a good reminder. This should be like in bold print somewhere from a woman who talked her way to 7 figures, right?
Yeah.
Okay, rule number 9, don't count your chickens. I've done this.
Mm-hmm.
We've all done this.
Mm-hmm.
You have. So, like recently, I signed up a distributor. She has been watching me, and she's very excited about doing the shred, and she wants a transformation like mine. She hasn't placed her first order yet, y'all. Now, what if I just camped out on her and sent her a message every day? And
I still don't see your order.
Yeah, because I'm like, she's my 2,000 plus. She's my 2,000 plus. She's my 2,000, right? And so I could do that. And when I do that, or when I've seen other distributors do it, again, you're wasting energy on somebody who's probably going to be awesome, but just isn't quite ready yet. She probably needs to watch me a little bit more. And she is watching.
Like a hawk.
Uh-huh. And so I'm just letting her watch me because it's like, oh, I don't know what's popping into my head as a pregnancy. Are you going to take that baby out of there at 6 months because it kicks you? And you're like, come on out. No, that baby's not ready yet. That's kind of ridiculous. But don't we abort people in their process sometimes?
Because we're in a hurry. Because
we're counting our chickens?
Or what if you do that and they just get turned off and they totally just disappear altogether? You don't know their potential if you're push.
Mm-mm. Yeah, don't count your chickens. Just go find some more.
And you're wasting your time. What if you miss some stellar, spectacular person and they sign up with somebody else to do some other business because that's the first person that asked them because you were too busy going, well, did you place your order? Well, what about today? Well, what about now? To the same person. You're wasting your time.
And this girl showed up on our Shred Zoom chat, right? So I know she's interested, but people processed in different time frames, and she's getting the information that she needs, and she's a busy mama. So I have compassion on that.
So instead, you moved on to somebody else and sent somebody else an invitation to the business last night, and she said, great, send me more info.
Yeah, and it's all good because people come along at the right perfect time. So let's just be patient and love them where they at. That's, that helped me. If somebody had been chasing after me every day, I would have run for the hills. And some people are like that. Rule number 10, lead with the business. This is it. This is it.
This one blew my mind.
Lead with the business, default to the products. Now, my husband is a state-winning debate champion. His team won the state title more than any other team in all of Chicagoland in the conference that they're in. And he has taken students to nationals many, many times. He's really good at what he does. And what he teaches them and taught our children is bargain high. So they'd say,
so he started teaching us this when we were very small.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, if I get my homework done, can I watch TV? I don't know. Is that a bad example?
Well, it's more like, if I get my homework done on time, can we go to the mall and you'll buy me a purse? And really he's like, really, if all you want is ice cream, you start higher than what you really want so that they will settle for whatever you really wanted. So, can we go to the moon? Because I really just want to go to California.
So it is like that. So if you start with a business, then you can go down to, maybe it's not for you, but you probably know people. And then maybe they're just like, I'm not interested in that right now, but I'd like to hear more about your product.
Because they feel bad that they said no.
But if you start with the product and they say, I hate your product, you're dead in the water, because what are you going to say? Do you want to have a business all around my product that you hate? You're done. You're just done. But if you start with the business, number one, you just planted the seed for the business and that you want them in the business because you admire them or whatever, right? And then they're like, yeah, no, but I really want to hear about the product. Now you tell them about the product and they already know there's a business and now they're watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I could get you guys to embrace one thing, it would be this: lead with the business every single time. Tell them about the business. And also, when we don't, I believe it shows that we have a lack of belief around either network marketing, like I don't believe it's really awesome, or I don't believe my company is really awesome, or I don't believe my product is really awesome, so why would anybody want to sell it? Or I don't believe that I'm worth it. It's pointing to a lack of belief in there somewhere that needs to get worked on. Otherwise, if you've really embraced that, network marketing is the bomb, residual income is just flat out magical, you're stupid if you don't have that in your life. Like, I don't even get it. So, okay. Doesn't have to be Juice Plus, but if you don't have some, like, residual income, like $250,000, tell me if my numbers are right, in the bank. Oh, I know where that it is. It's on my calendar because they shared it again.
Got it right here. 200,000.
200,000 at 3% interest gives you an income of $500 a month, or
6,000 a year.
Yeah, or a qualified business with 8 shred orders.
Yeah, I don't have $200,000 in the bank.
So residual income, you guys, is magical, right?
Who wants to give away $200,000 to get $500 a month?
Yeah, it's a pretty rare person who can get to residual income, but here's a way that every single person can do it. There's no one, like if you knew all the distributors in Juice Plus I've met, everyone from like a really crass truck driver, like, come on, but with a big heart, right? Up to, medical professionals. Those people are so different. But are they? Not really, when you think about it.
College students and all sorts of different
stay-at-home moms
and educations and...
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so, so what I'm saying is if you don't have a belief in those, then you're not going to lead with the business. That would be the only reason that you wouldn't, is that you don't believe that what you have is phenomenal. If you believe it and you have a passion about it and you have a big heart to share, then that's the way to talk your way to a 7-figure business. Number 11, don't leave rambling voicemails. So you start picking up the phone. This is huge, you guys. Are you getting it? You got to pick up the phone. All right. So you pick up the phone and you call, and then you verbal vomit on their voicemail, right? No.
That goes back to the whole don't convince.
It does. You're absolutely right. They're the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And less is more on a voicemail too.
Yep, exactly. They're like all interwoven.
Totally.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So you say, Hey, Jane, it's Melanie. Sorry I missed you, but I'd love to pick your brain about something. I'm available to chat tonight at 8 o'clock or tomorrow morning at 10. Give me a call. If I don't hear from you, I'll give you a jingle tomorrow. Thanks. Talk soon. Hope you're having the best day ever.
Now they're curious.
Okay, cultivate curiosity. And rule
That
number
versus like a 2.5 minute long conversation with the voicemail person that says, leave a message after the beep. Ugh.
and a lot of them don't listen to it anyway.
Yeah.
Not in our culture.
Delete.
Mm-hmm.
It takes me a couple days to listen to a voicemail sometimes.
Same. Or a
If
week.
they're like that, yep, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, rule number 12. This is huge. Lead with what's in it for them. W-I-I-F-T.
Gift.
Whiffed. Okay, so what we need to do is connect the dots between what we have to offer and what it can do for them. And you don't know if you haven't listened. You don't know.
Yeah, you can't even begin to do this if you didn't listen earlier.
But what you want to do is help them to see how people like them are building a business. Here's the magical words. Are you ready? We heard this at Regional on Saturday. You sound like me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're on the same page. So instead of like, I'm telling you you're wrong and you should be doing something different, maybe they're, Cammie's talking to somebody and they're a stay-at-home mom and they're like, busy, blah, running around the chickens, their head cut off. I'm like, oh my gosh, Cammie would say, you sound like me. I'm a homeschool mom, blah, 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 blah.
Activities, driving in the car, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now we're going to go, let's see. Where is the other one? I got to move this. There it is. Here's our stay-at-home mama one. Can you see that?
No.
Not yet.
Okay, then I probably have to stop share and start share to get it onto a different page. Okay, who's our stay-at-home mama? You got it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got to find their pain. So she misses making her own money. I did too when I was a stay-at-home mom. She misses times with grown-ups. Check. I've felt that way. And she misses having the identity outside of wife and mom. And so maybe if you listen all the way to the end, maybe you picked up on those things, right? And then, so the no pain, what you have to bring to her is bringing in an income, being more social and collaborative in business, and you can have it all and be a hands-on mom. So here's what she said to her. Ready? I've been thinking of you a lot because I remember us talking about how you love being there for the kids, but you really miss having something of your own for your own sanity, your identity, and your bank account. I thought of you because I'm now working with so many women just like you who are spending part-time hours every week building lucrative businesses of their own while still being hands-on moms with flexible schedules. They're able to pay for their kids' activities, fill college and vacation funds, and even in some cases replace income from big old corporate careers like the one you had. I have no idea if this would be a good fit for you, but it might be a way for you to have your cake and eat it too. I'd love to tell you what I'm up to. So that was all about her, right?
That says, I listened to you. I care about you.
Mm-hmm.
I heard what you said.
And she says, then from there, you would continue with some short introductory message points about your company, then transition to your personal story and key attributes of your business and products or service. And then ask, are you intrigued enough to want to learn more and see if this might be a good fit for you? So those are awesome words too. Like, I don't know if this is a good fit for you. You start with that and then do you want to see if it might be a good fit for you?
But over and over, you're saying it's a good fit for you.
Also, over and over, you're really saying, I'm not attached to the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I ask that question, I'm acknowledging it. You know, I know it would be good for you, but also you might not think it is. And I'm giving permission for that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, you guys?
Yep.
So we were sending out messages like this last night. I was just shamelessly stealing them from the book.
And they worked great.
They did.
We all had at least one positive response this morning already.
Mm-hmm. So now we got to go back and collaborate, and the collaboration is amazing.
Yeah.
So we're going to collaborate because we're finding I've got baggage around my people, you know, and fear and whatever and voices. I'm telling myself a certain story, and other people just cut right through to the facts about who she is, and it's just right there. So
yep.
That's amazing. Okay, the other one, thank you, Megan, for doing these for me.
You're welcome.
How about a working mama? Does that show?
Yes.
Okay. So what working mama isn't tired of her working schedule, but now she needs that big income? They got addicted to that, right? And not loving the pressure of work and family and everything. That sounds like a typical working mom, right?
Yeah, just some of my life.
Mm-hmm. And so can you imagine for her that she would enjoy flexibility for her family and growing a replacement income to, you know, maybe leave that job eventually and have a whole lot more fun? Does that sound like something a mom would want?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sign me up.
Okay. Dana, I see what you do. You're a superwoman with your big job and your kids. I wanted to tell you about my business because I work with so many working moms like you who are juggling kids and more demanding jobs. They're building side businesses that are growing big enough to give them more choices, including being able to leave the corporate grind. I'd love to tell you what I'm up to. Even if it's not for you, I have a feeling you're going to know some people that I could help.
I like that one too. Because then you're like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole bunch of people you work with that need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to the rules to finish up. Okay. Can you see the reach out rules again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. 13. If it's a no to the business. Is that all of it? Oh, if it's a no to the business. Oh, I see. To the business, ask them for referrals. That's cool. But like that just said, I have a feeling that you know people that I could help.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get that this isn't for you, Maggie. It's not for everyone. But I'd love to pick your brain about your network since I have a feeling that you know people I could help. So we're not all crushed and going home and laying with our blankie and our pacifier because somebody said no to the business. We're just like, that's cool, but I know what an awesome person you are, and you know people that I don't know. You know, who do you know?
And that also says, I like who you are and who your network is, and it's continuing to tell them I want to work with you and people like you.
So she says, do you have a couple more minutes so I can describe exactly who I'm looking for, and we'll see whose names pop into your head? Ask permission. She says yes. And then who's the very first demographic you're going to describe to her? Her. You know, someone just like
so
her.
You're on the phone with me.
Mm-hmm. So I say, I'm looking for nurses because I've found that they really get it about the connection between nutrition and disease. And they have an incredible work ethic and they care about people, or they wouldn't be in that kind of a service industry. So that's one kind of person I'm looking for. And then you can just go on. I'm also looking for teachers. And you say why I'm looking for teachers, right? But the first one's always somebody like them. And I'm looking for stay-at-home moms, and I'm looking for corporate moms. So you name demographics, and then end up with, would it be helpful if I sent you a brief email summarizing what we talked about and exactly who I'm looking for? You'll be able to easily forward it to anybody you think of and copy me on it. Does that sound good? And which demographic would come first in your email?
Her.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so awesome. Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Yeah. And then the last one, don't ever end the conversation without talking about them becoming your customer, right?
Right.
So you got to find your transition question. She has a transition question that leads into that. So if you could have more energy to do the things you want to do, would that make a difference in your life? And you could have a list of 10, and we could even work on coming up with those, couldn't we? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So that you could figure out which one. If they mentioned energy, like I'm always tired, I don't feel like making dinner, you know, and then you ask that, if they say yes, like, I really think I could help you. So find your transition question, whatever that is. And, you know, like if you were doing skincare, they might say, before we go, could I just ask, if you could change one thing about your skin, what would it be? And maybe, you know, that could be health. If you could change one thing about your health, what would it be?
That's a totally open-ended question for everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Isn't this just gold?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, how many pages is this chapter? 71 to 88. 17 pages. Or I actually was just starting with the reach out rules. But anyway, it's amazing. So is that helpful, you guys?
Oh, yeah.
So anybody want to give us a thought to wrap it up?
I say go get the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really enjoyed reading
My
that.
book till you said something. I'm like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that chapter was mind blowing. I thought I need to read. I just need to start over again.
Same.
And read the whole thing again.
So that is a chapter that we need to keep before us because it's so practical. We can keep using it over and over and over because the verbiage in there was really helping us all last night.
Yeah.
You know, just thinking about who are they, what in their life could I help? You know, one of the people we sent a message to, there was something about travel and adventure, you know, so like that, we addressed that. You know, maybe this would be a way for you to earn more money for your adventures while becoming healthier and losing weight at the same time.
So you look better on your adventures.
So would you be open to having a conversation about that? You know, like that. So we're learning how to do this pain, no pain thing. And that's just a simple little thing you can take with you too. Pain, no pain. Like, what are the needs that they have? That
What
you can
problem can I fix?
Mm-hmm. And that comes to you both by listening and also by being a Facebook stalker.
We did do that last night.
But for real.
Because I had one girl, I don't know that much, but she keeps reaching out to me. I've only met her live one time, but she keeps liking and commenting on everything.
Everything.
And so I wanted to reach out to her, but I had to go out there and I just kept telling them like, okay, there's this about her. And here's a meme she shared. This tells us something about her, you know.
So you gave us like 5 facts about her and we wrote a text.
Before, and I was still like, and they sent me a text and it was awesome. And I sent it to her and she said, yeah, I want to hear more because your transformation's been amazing. So there you go.
And she felt loved because the text mentioned a detail about her life. So she felt like you love her and pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there we go. And as you're using these ideas and you get a good response, I want people to be posting it on the team page so everyone can see examples of, here's how I used that and here's a positive response I got.
We'll have to work on a hashtag.
Yeah, I put conversations on there this morning. So if we can think of a better one, that's great. But that's just what kind of fired out of my brain this morning.
It'd be nice if you had one hashtag so then you could go search them.
Ooh, maybe it should be contagious conversations.
Maybe. I just was thinking shorter.
Shorter's better. All right. Conversations.
Yeah. Then if you want to go talk to a person and you're feeling stuck, you could go on the team page and search conversations and have 10 good ideas of things that worked well.
Yeah, I love that. So we're becoming a better resource for our team.
Yes.
Moving them better.
Yes.
Steal verbiage.
Yep.
I love it.
So fun.
Yes.
Thanks for
Yes.
coming. I'm going to stop recording so the recording doesn't get any longer. But if anybody has any more thoughts, we can talk for a couple minutes. Thanks. So everybody who's listening, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming. We're changing the world, you guys, one family at a time. And I'm so grateful for you. I don't even know how to tell you. I love you. Bye.